Hello, and welcome to another Optimum Business English video. In this video, we will show you how to interrupt a negative person in a business meeting or presentation. You will recall from our previous video entitled How to Interrupt an Audience to Start a Meeting or Presentation that the top 4 reasons to hold a meeting rely on and indeed require audience participation, and that audience participation is key to the success of most meetings. But there are occasions where audience participation negatively impacts the success of a meeting, and so it needs to be interrupted or halted. In this video, we will focus on the second occasion to interrupt your audience, which is when someone is being negative. First, understanding why we should interrupt them. And two of the main reasons are that negativity is never constructive and it never leads to solutions or results. As we learned in our video, why it's important to control a business meeting or presentation. Business meetings can only be successful if they achieve results. So, in what way or ways can a person be negative? A person could be negative about or towards another person, saying something like, James is late again, I don't know why he even bothers. Or a person can be negative about their own or another department in the company, saying finance are always the last to arrive at these meetings. Or a person could be negative about or towards their own company or another company, saying this is such a useless company, it doesn't even have. Or a person could be negative about the topic of the meeting, saying, not this again, we have this training every year. A person may be negative about life, the government, or the world in general, saying the world is dying anyway, so why bother with this? Why would we interrupt someone if they are being negative, and the reason depends on the focus of their negativity? We'll consider the reasons for each now. If a person is being negative towards or about another person, we interrupt them because gossiping behind someone's back and being nasty lets that person and your audience know that you are okay with it and are thus not to be trusted. And if you cannot be trusted, people won't like you, want to follow your leadership, or want to work with you. So it's best to always be positive. If someone is being negative about their own or another department, we'll need to interrupt them because if we do nothing, it would both be bad for morale and it would start to spread to more people like a disease. It would also show the head of the department that you are not to be trusted, preventing future promotions. If the audience are being negative about another department, we interrupt them too, because we'll undoubtedly need to work with that department at some stage in the future. And when they hear that you did not stand up for them, they'll not assist you when you need their help or support later on. All of the reasons provided are based on cold, hard facts, focusing on what's in it for you. However, there is another personal motivation, and it is that it is simply the right thing to do. If someone is being negative about their own or another company, we need to interrupt them because if you badmouth your company, it shows them that you are not to be trusted, and it is bad for company morale, which spreads. And if a company doesn't trust you, they'll not give you more responsibility, promote you, or give you everything you need to succeed in the future. If someone is being negative about the topic, we need to interrupt them because if the meeting topic is questioned, the audience won't participate wholeheartedly, and the meeting won't achieve results. It will fail. In addition, if your audience don't buy into the meeting benefit, They will be less likely to support your cause and they won't help you to succeed. Lastly, if someone is being negative about life, the government or governments, or the world in general, we'll need to interrupt them because negativity is fear based and it doesn't lead to solutions and results, which meetings require in order to be successful. And so it needs to be stopped or interrupted to bring the meeting back on track. And we will look at that now. When someone is being negative towards another person, whether they are in the room or not, you should always try to give the person they are criticizing the benefit of the doubt as you interrupt. By saying something like, I'm sure he has a very good reason, Susan. Let's get back to the real reason we are here, which is to. Then, when someone is being negative about a department, be it your own or another, you should always try to give them the benefits of the doubt as you interrupt. Saying something like, I know finance are working overtime to finish the month end billing, so it is understandable. Let us start in the meanwhile with, and if the negativity is directed towards the company, you should firmly interrupt them, and where the accusation is defendable, you should always stand up for the company. By saying something like, this company is in fact very good to us, James, so we'll hear no more of that. Let us return to the meeting. But where the accusation is undefendable, you should at the very least not add to things by quickly moving on, saying, this is not the time to be discussing this, Jane. Let's return to the topic of this meeting, shall we? The next type of negativity we'll need to interrupt is if it is directed towards the topic. And it is very important to address all their concerns and issues with regards to the meeting topic by saying, you're absolutely correct. We do this annually. It ensures that we remain compliant and that we are all aware of the latest features. If a person or persons are being negative about life, the government, or the state of the world in general, we gently interrupt them to bring the meeting back on track whilst remaining as positive as possible. By saying, Jane, we need to believe and have faith that everything will be okay as long as we don't give up. We have now gone through the many reasons for and how to interrupt someone who is being negative. Please look out for our next video on how to interrupt a belittling troublemaker in a meeting or presentation. Finally, let us take a quick look at some of the business English vocabulary used in this video. Negative is the opposite of positive. It is a bad thing that should be avoided. Halt is to stop, interrupt, or to prevent something from happening. Whilst construct means to build, yet constructive means to be helpful and to be of benefit or to help something to grow in a positive way. A company, department, looks after different parts of the business, such as finance, HR, or IT, etc. Whilst to bother to do something means to take the trouble and to put in the effort to do something. It can also be to trouble, interrupt, or distract someone. Please remember to subscribe to be notified each time we post a new video. And thank you for watching.